Hello students, I welcome you all in your online English grammar class. So today we are going to cover your first topic, first chapter of your Collins English grammar, that is nouns. So the question is, what is a noun? So everything in the world has a name. It can be emotions, it can be feelings, whether it can be a name of a thing, it can be a name of a person, animal, and it can be a name of a place also. So nouns are such words which name a person, place, animal, things. So nouns are the naming words that are used to name persons, places, animals, things, feelings or ideas. For example, over here person. So Rabindranath Tagore is a name given to a particular person. Asansol, it's a name of a place. We all know, we live in Asansol. Cow is a name given to an animal. Other animal can be dog, giraffe, lion. So these are the name given to different animals. Things like cup, your eraser, pencil box, bag, these are the names of the things. Okay. Now feelings or ideas, confidence is a name of a feeling. Another examples of feelings and ideas are anger, happiness, childhood. So these are the names of the feelings or ideas. So this is noun which we have just studied. Now we will move towards the different kinds of nouns. So over here, the first noun which we are going to study is proper noun. So proper nouns are the words which refer to the individual names of people, place, animals or things. So what is a proper noun? A proper noun is a name given to one single person, one single place, one single thing or one single animal. And always remember that proper nouns always begin with the capital letter. So whenever we write a proper name of a person or of a place, we always start the word with the capital case or capital letter. Clear? Now have a look on some examples. Sahil, Sameer and Rimpa go to Town High School in Bankura. So over here, Sahil, Sameer and Rimpa are the names given to three individual persons. Alright. Now where they go to the Town High School. So here Town High School is a name given to a particular school in that area. And the place where the Town High School is situated, and the name of the place is Bankura. So what did we learn? Sahil, Sameer and Rimpa are the name of the three individual persons, and Town High School is a name given to a proper name given to a school, and Bankura is a name of a place. Okay. Now the moon is the only satellite of the earth. As we all know that the moon, earth are the celestial bodies, but one particular name given to each and every celestial body. So here moon is the only satellite of the earth, means moon is a name of a celestial body which is the satellite of our planet earth. Clear? Now common nouns. So common nouns are the general names for people, animals, places or things that are common to everyone or everything belonging to that group. So for an example, girl, it can be any girl. Here the name girl, it can be applied to any girl in the world. Okay. Similarly, the sheep grazing in the field belong to my uncle. Here sheep is a common name because I am not specifying any particular sheep, any particular sheep here. And where they are grazing in the field. Again, I am not specifying that which field they are grazing. Now belong to my uncle, it could be any of my uncle. I am not specifying the name of my uncle. So again over here uncle, field and sheep are the common names given to an animal. Field it's a name given to a place, and uncle, it's a name given to when we refer to a person. So these are the common names which we use for general animal, place and people or person. Again, he owns a shop on the main street of the town. So here owns a shop. As you can see, the word shop is written in bold. That means here I am not, first thing that you have to notice that the word shop is not capitalized. That means it's a common name because it can be any shop. It can be a grocery shop, it can be a medicine shop, it can be a stationery shop. So here the shop, the word term or the term shop we can use for any shop. Okay. Now to the main street. Again, the street is a common name because it can be any street. It can be a Park Street, it can be a main street, it can be Mahatma Gandhi Street. So over here the street, the term street we can use for any street. Okay. Similarly, town is the name of a we use the term town to refer a place, but it can be any town. It can be so the term town we use in general to refer a place. Okay. Okay. So now let us move towards our next type of noun, which is a collective noun. So collective nouns are words that name a group of person, place, animals or things which are thought of as a single unit. So what is collective noun? Basically, collective noun is a name given to a group of person, place, animal or things which are thought or which are taken as a whole single unit. For an example, the audience cheered for the performers loudly. Here audience is a name given to a group of people who are the viewers of a particular match, of a particular television program or radio. Alright. So audience is a name given to a group of person. Again, a bouquet of flowers. Here bouquet is a collective noun which is given to a group of, which is a name given to a group of flowers. Okay. Similarly, a herd of cattle. Again, herd is a collective name given to a group of, a herd is a name given to a group of animal. So this is how we use collective nouns in sentences. So what is a collective noun? We studied that collective nouns are the names given to a group. See where I am stressing over. Collective nouns are the names given to a group of person, place, animal or things. Clear? Now let us move towards the next type of noun, which is an abstract noun. So abstract nouns are names of things that do not have a material form. So what are abstract nouns? Abstract nouns are such nouns or such words which do not have any physical existence. They refer to the names of ideas, concepts, feelings and events. So what is an abstract noun? So an abstract noun is the name of idea, concept, feeling and events. And we cannot see, always remember that we cannot see, hear, smell, touch or taste them. They include feelings, experiences, states, qualities and ideas. So abstract nouns are such words which don't have any physical existence. They are not any object. We can't see them, we can't touch them, we can't hear them or we can't taste them with all our sensory organs. So what are these? What are these words? Love, hate, pride. Can you tell me what is the shape of a love? What is the color of a love? No, we can't say, because it is a name of a feeling and emotions. Whereas hate, pride, we can feel the hatred, but we can't see it, we can't touch it or we can't hear it. Okay. Similarly, comfort, chaos, courage, these are the names of the states or situations. Suppose you are sitting in a couch. That couch is comfortable, means you are feeling comfortable. So over here, comfortable is a name given to a situation, a state which you are feeling. But again I am repeating myself that comfortable is that type of word which you cannot see, which you cannot touch or which you cannot hear or taste. Clear? Another abstract nouns are freedom, truth, belief, which falls under the category of qualities and ideas. So freedom, truth, belief, again these are the names of another abstract nouns which falls under the category of qualities and ideas. So freedom, truth, belief are the names given to some qualities and ideas. Adventure, drought, these are the names of events and experiences. So what did we learn about the abstract nouns? Abstract nouns are such nouns which cannot be felt with our sensory organs, which do not have any physical existence. These are the feelings, these are the names given to a feeling, experience, states and qualities. Okay. Now let us move towards the next type of noun. Okay. So over here, now we are going to learn about the concrete nouns. So what are the concrete nouns? Concrete nouns are names of things that have a material form. We can experience them through our 5 senses. So concrete nouns are the names of things which have physical existence. It is just opposite to an abstract noun. Clear? And we can see the concrete nouns, we can hear it also, we can smell, touch or taste them. They can be both countable and uncountable nouns. So concrete nouns are such nouns which have physical existence, which we can touch, see or hear, and concrete nouns are also falls under the countable category and uncountable noun category. Examples are chair. Chair is the name of a thing we know. You can touch the chair, you can tell me, you can state that what is the color of the chair, how much the chair is big, the chair is small, or whether the chair is big, that you can state because you can see the chair. Okay. Bag, hair, box, and one more thing, that chair is an countable noun also because we can count chairs, we can number it. Another examples of concrete nouns which we can see, like bag, we can see bag, we can see hair, we can see box, we can taste milk, we can see milk, I can state, or you can also state that what is the color of milk, right? That means the the milk is such type of thing which we can see. Okay. Smoke, yes, we can see the smoke. Oil, sugar, key, bottle, etc. So these are the examples of concrete nouns. I am repeating myself once again that what are the concrete nouns? Concrete nouns are such nouns which can be seen, which can be touched, which can be felt, which can be heard and which can be tasted. Okay. That means they have a physical appearance, they have a physical existence. Clear? Now let us move towards the countable nouns. So countable nouns are names of things that can be counted. So what are the countable nouns? Countable nouns are the names of things that we can count. For an example, students. I can state that how many students are present today in this class. How many students are there in class 6B? Okay. Men, we can count the number of men. We can count cows, chairs, girls. So these words can be counted. Now uncountable noun. Uncountable nouns are names of things that cannot be counted. So what are uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns are the names of such things which cannot be counted. For example, sugar. We cannot count sugar. We cannot count wind. We cannot say that one wind is blowing, second wind is blowing. We cannot say, right? Rice, water, hope, juice, etc. We never say I have an hope because we can't count hope. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Okay, so this is for today. In the next class we will meet again with some another topic.